Okay, guys and girls, welcome to 100 Cups Colombia gets cancer. So a different topic today, because just a few days ago I learnt that I got cancer. So what I'm going to do just now is I'm going to tell you the first part of the story as a run-up. Yeah. So I suppose for maybe a year and a half before we got to this point, I'd been feeling, a little bit run down. And I would say the first instance of noticing that something was going wrong was when I took a passport photograph. And I took the passport photograph and, against the white background, I was kind of blending in. Yeah, I was thinking I was very pale. Then I think I also mentioned in one of my videos that I was feeling very pale. Yeah, I thought I had to get some sun. So this is about a year and a half ago, and anyway, I never really considered it. And we're just going to have to live with Grinder Man, because he's just going to do that once every 5 minutes during the video. So I think what I'm trying to tell you is the gradual onset of an illness. It's so gradual that you don't think that anything's going wrong with you. You kind of feel like, well, is this possibly part of aging? And I would gradually feel more tired, and then I'd find myself having a nap in the middle of the afternoon, and not wanting to do things. I occasionally in my work I have to make field visits, and these field visits mean you've got to wander off up some mountainside somewhere, and I would notice that, man, 2 minutes of like hard physical exercise and I'm really suffering. Yeah, but a minute later I would carry on. But it's kind of gradually, and then there's tiny little things like, I would say I stopped tasting things quite so well. And of course, in the meantime, you've got COVID, so you're thinking, well, is some of the moderate effects of COVID, and anyway, so it was all very, very gradual, and I couldn't. I was just running out of energy at all times. Yeah. And about 2 or 3 weeks ago, it got to the point where I would have a good night's sleep, and I would wake up in the morning, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. By 9 o'clock, I would be asleep again for an hour, and then kind of mid-afternoon, I would be having another nap, and I'm thinking, well, this is getting a bit much. So eventually I decided to get off my ass and go and talk to the doctor. So that's step number one, is the gradual, slow realization of something's not quite right. Yeah. So I still thought, there's not much to this. So I go down to the doctor, and the doctor gives me the blood test. Yeah, the blood test. And then I get an electrocardiogram, I get an echocardiogram, and she takes one look at these blood tests the next day and basically goes, that's some heavy duty form of anemia you've got going there, Albert. She says, have you never noticed that you're the whitest white man in town? And I said, actually, I had, doctor. I had noticed that I'm the whitest white guy in the town. And she goes, you look like a zombie. And I go, well, thanks. And I had noticed it. And she goes, look, I'm going to set you up with a, I don't know what the one's called that goes down your throat, but I do remember the one that goes up the old back entrance, colonoscopy. Yeah. So, not thinking anything of it. I go down to the clinic. Yeah, I go down to the clinic, and what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take somebody with you, because you're supposed to be anaesthetized while they're sticking it down your neck and up your, you know. And I didn't realize this, so I didn't go with anybody. Yeah. So what happens is the following. I kind of get down there and they go, oh, we can't do it without anaesthetic. And I'm kind of like, look, is the one up the bum worse than the one down the neck? Is it, you know, is it any less comfortable? And they go, oh no, the one down the neck is infinitely more annoying than the one up the bum. And I'm kind of like, well, in that case, let's just move forward with no anaesthetic. Yeah. So as I am my normal self, you know, I'm trying to make it as light as it possibly can be when you know, you've got a couple of young nurses in there and a doctor, and they sticking it down your throat and you're choking and dribbling, and once you're finished with the choking and the dribbling, they pull it out of this end. Luckily, they use a different instrument for each end. I was kind of happy about that. But whilst he's sticking it up my backside, I'm burping like a champion, and of course I'm asking the doctor if he's going to give me any flowers afterwards, you know, if there's any chocolates. Will he call me tomorrow and tell me that he still loves me? So I'm doing all my cheesiest possible humour as the camera goes up the old back passage there, and I'm facing the camera, the screen's over here, and the doctors are behind me here, the doctors and nurses are behind me. So I'm watching this wonderful transmission of the wonders of what's up my own ass. And it's you know, it's quite spectacular up your arse. I have to tell you, it's a very interesting thing. And then it comes round the corner, and as it comes round the corner, you go, well, what is that? Because everything up till now has looked like beautiful nature, and it's come round the corner to this, and this looks like there was an episode of Star Trek of a monster that used to burn tunnels through rock. The Demon in the Dark, I think it was called, and you're kind of going, the Demon in the Dark has taken up residence in my colon, yeah? So your life at that moment instantly changes, because you know that this isn't a polyp, it's not 2 centimeters, it's a tumour that's significantly large enough so that the colonoscopy can't go past it, yeah? And apart from that, the little bastard is just sitting there, and you can see him bleeding. Yeah, you can just see this little spurt of blood. Nothing, you know, kind of like a paper cut on your finger. But you have to imagine that this paper cut has been doing this for a goddamn year, which is the reason why I am the zombie Scotsman who lives in Medellin, yeah? So, you know, and all of a sudden when we see this, all the laughing, joking and merriment that we were having in the room, well, that stops, yeah? So you're kind of going, well, nobody's laughing now. Oh dear, that's not good. So he takes a, what do they call it? You know, he takes a sample of the doodah, of the tumour, and it's like the Alien film where the wee head comes out and takes a bite and goes back in. And then things really kind of start to move quicker. Yeah, you can see everybody's kind of like lifted up their game and so on. And you can see that they're looking concerned. And of course, being me, I'm slightly daft, so I'm still laughing and joking and taking it as well as I can. And I go up to see the doctor, and the doctor goes, well, Albert, your life has just changed. She goes, well, we'll have to go through all this process, and this will happen and that'll happen. And of course, you know, the next day I go to see the surgeon, and the surgeon's a wonderful guy called Andres, and he holds his hand out, and I hold my hand out next to his, and his is pink and mine's deadly white. And he says, well, we're going to go in ASAP. So another set of tests. Now this is on Thursday. On Friday I get on Thursday I get a CT scan. Friday I get you know, the kind of resonance one where they do it on your stomach like a pregnant woman, you know, that one. So they've had a look at the prostate and all that business. And this is Monday. On Friday I go in to see Andres again, and he has a good palpation around, and he seems to think that it's not connected to anything, so that's a big positive. And so here we are on Monday, and I got my CT scan, and from whatever you can read from a CT scan, it seems to have some positive parts and some negative parts. So I'm now waiting for the call from Andres the surgeon to take me in and chop me up. Now I said to him the other day, I said, listen buddy, don't beat around the bush. Anything that's in there that you see as a problem, don't be shy. Let's get it done. Yeah. So that's where we are with 100 Cups Gets Cancer up till now. I find myself being positive about it in general. I went out and I had a drink on Friday night, and when I came back from the drink, just for a minute, kind of all the fear came together. It was kind of like all the fear that I've had in my life, and then multiply that by about 100. It felt like sinking down a hole. But that lasted for a minute. Yeah, it lasted for a minute, and then it passed by. And I have to say to all of you, I've had wonderful phone calls and messages from Hong Kong, from the States, from people all over the world. I think it's, once again, I can say thank you to the community of people that I know on the internet, that you've been absolutely delightful, and I love you all dearly for it. You know, there's a benefit to what I would consider as my concept of God and eternal life, is that if things... Oi, shut up you! I'm trying to record a video. Belt up! So that's the beagle. We'll tell you a story about him the other day. Look buddy, come here then. Come here. Okay, you're okay about it now. Are you okay about it now? Do you still remember me? You see, my Akita took a bite out of this lad a few weeks ago, and he's still in the huff. Are you still in the huff, son? Well, you're now in my cancer video. ¿Cómo se llama? Leo. Ajá, Leo. Yo te conozco, Leo. Leo está mal genio conmigo porque el perro mío atacó a él. Right, Leo? Bug it off. So, in the ins and outs of this video, mira, estoy grabando. So in the ins and outs of this video, I regard it as quite nice that Leo's come up and at least said hello, and is offering, you know, I think he's thinking about forgiving me for my boy biting him on the bum. Anyway, God and eternal life. Well, that's a happy way to end the video, isn't it? God and eternal life. Well, the marvelous thing is, and I think one of the reasons why I can take it the way that I'm taking it, is because, and I don't mean to say that I have any intentions of dying early, but I can tell you that up till now, I have had a life extremely well lived. From sunny Scotland to Edinburgh, to many years living in rough old squats in Hackney, and then selling car parts in Ecuador, and running bars in Ecuador, and microbreweries and mineral exploration companies and motorbikes and journeys, and you know, I have zip to complain about, folks. I have nothing to complain about. So I have a concept of a life well lived. I hope to be going out and drinking another 100 cups of coffee here in Colombia and showing them to you, because I ironically have just ordered up another motorbike, with a spoilt bastard that I am. So yes, I understand that there is a positive outcome and there is a negative outcome with cancer. But I think if you have a certain level of belief, the only answer is a positive answer. So if everything goes well, it'll be fantastic, and if everything goes badly, that'll be fantastic too. So that enables me, for the moment, I'm sure there may be moments of sheer terror ahead, I have no doubts of that, but for the moment I'm happy, relaxed, and waiting for the next steps. And as these next steps come along, I'll be sure to tell you all about it, and you can come along with me, whether it's cancer or coffee or any other damn thing. So once again, I'm going to tell you to subscribe to my wonderful channel and give the video a like, and feel free to put down a comment supporting me in my grand fight against the modern medical scourge that is cancer. So up your bum, cancer, or up my bum, cancer, as the case may be. But thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned, folks, for more news.